The main thing that really hits home with me is the responsibility. Cable is an important part, an integral part, but it's also the first line of defense. I saw cables everywhere. We have the largest product portfolio in the Middle East and on a global scale also. That I was told also that if you walk on Sheikh Zayed Road, you will never be more than 3 meters away from a Ducab cable. Focus on the culture that you want and always evolve the culture that you have. And Ducab wants to be a driving power. So we want to be the energy for change.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Abdullah Douchi. I'm an employee within the Ducab group, heading the plants within the Ducab metal business, a subsidiary of the Ducab group. And I'd like to welcome you all for whoever has tuned in to our first podcast of Ducab Daily. We're embarking on this new journey in order to get closer to our partners, customers, and end users in order to inform them about our exciting world of cable manufacturing. This is the first episode, so we're honored and blessed to be interviewing our group CEO, our Ducab Group CEO, Mr. Mohammad Almutawa. And we're planning on starting strong. So hence, having you on board is definitely a good message to go for the first time.
Thank you.
Ahmed, if I wanted to ask you to introduce yourself or to tell people about who is Ahmed, what would you like to say?
First of all, thank you very much for hosting me. It's a pleasure to be here and to be in the first Ducab Daily podcast.
I will keep the first to the best, actually.
Thank you very much. My name is Mohammad Almutawa. I am an industrial engineer. Joined Ducab in 2015, April, actually. And joined as the Chief Commercial Officer and progressed through the company. And I became the Group CEO in 2021, January of 2021.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you joined, and I remember we clicked quickly. I think it's part of the engineering background. Not trying to be biased yet, I think part of the engineering background. Okay, so if we're gonna basically dive in, how did Ducab start? How did this whole thing come together?
Actually, the story of Ducab is one of the things that attracted me to the company. Very similar to where I came from. I've spent 14 years in Emirates Global Aluminium, or before that, Dubai Aluminium Company, which is the absolute related story to Ducab. In 1979, Ducab was established by a decree from the late Sheikh Rashid bin Saeed Al Maktoum, establishing Ducab as a joint venture between the Dubai government and BICC, one of the leading cable manufacturers on a global scale, and at a point of time, one of the biggest, actually, or the biggest cable manufacturer. The trio that was established at that point of time was Dubal, Dubai Aluminium Company, Ducab, Dubai Cable Company, and Dugas. And we share the same anniversary month, basically, all of us.
November is an exciting month for the three of us.
We all celebrate the same time. The establishment of these three pillars were the foundation for the industrial makeup of Dubai and the UAE in general, as a catalyst or as a foundation for the sector to grow. Ducab was established as modest, small, 25,000 tons capacity, cable capacity, basically, supplying the local market here with low voltage cables. From that modest start, Ducab today is one of the leading companies within the Middle East itself. We have the second largest capacity within the region. We have the largest product portfolio in the Middle East and on a global scale also. It's a small introduction about Ducab.
Well, it's definitely a nice way to relate the main three pillars that founded the industrial sort of platform within Dubai, which is basically the aluminium, the gas, and the cables. So basically, if we wanted to really tell the people out there, whether it's basically our end users or the people that really don't know anything about the cables, and go like, why a cable company? What's so important about us? So what is important about the cable?
Cable is an unsung hero of any development of a city or a country, and it's really an unsung hero. You can build infrastructures, you can build buildings, towers.
You can come up with wonders.
With wonders. The minute you walk into that wonder, flip on the switch, and there is no electricity and no light comes up, it becomes a big problem.
Definitely.
And in order for you to have that light on, you need cables. The cable plays an important role, and it's actually like the brain. You know, without the nerves, without the connections, doesn't do anything. So from the generation stations, you need cables to take the power generated and transmit it to the areas that you would consume it at. And then when it gets to that area, you need to distribute it to the final consumer. The main thing that really hit home with me is the responsibility. Cable is an important part, an integral part, but it's also the first line of defense and the first line of protection to the people. Electricity is a dangerous element that can cause disasters. Transmitting this energy has to be done with well manufactured cables with high specification. And the reason for that is that we're responsible for the lives of the people we service. And hence comes the importance of the product and the importance of the quality of the product and the make of the product and how it is the first line of defense to the population. I'm proud today, and I keep telling the story that I was told also, that if you walk on Sheikh Zayed Road, you will never be more than 3 meters away from a Ducab cable, which is
and we are definitely a proud sort of entity for all the projects and the landmarks that we have supported in the UAE, to be specific. I mean, whether it's the metro, whether it's the Museum of the Future. So if we go back to this wonder, imagine you go there and then if you try to light it on, it doesn't light on. I think we won't be having this discussion, but I mean,
a lot of people will be very upset
about
that.
Definitely.
But that's basically the role that we play.
To be honest, I really like the idea, or not the idea, but the actual statement with regards to us being out there for protection. I mean, that's actually very true, especially that electricity acts in a very unexpected manner, so it can go everywhere. I mean, with the product and the technology and the quality that we really sort of emphasize on our products, we kind of channel that distribution and that transmission from one area to another. What do you think, or where do you think we're going, or what do you see as the future of or where we're heading towards within Ducab?
Well, Ducab established itself as a cable manufacturer, and we are well positioned as a quality cable manufacturer servicing the power sector. We like to expand that idea. We learned over the last 40 years plus how to become a leading quality manufacturer. We have developed our own know-how, our own systems, our own processes that enables us to better serve the community. and better serve the objective of basically being number one. Therefore, we're looking to expand or grow what we are today into the next level, which is moving from a cable manufacturer into a power solution provider. This move requires more of a mindset change, which is very important for us to drive forward or to drive our growth.
Mm-hmm. So the mindset change would definitely mean that we are going forward with, let's say, also making sure that everyone, all of us as the Ducabians, as we call ourselves,
Sure.
all of us as the Ducabians are part of this change, and all of us as the Ducabians are part of getting onto that train and moving on the mindset
Sure.
towards the future. Hence your statement when you always say that human capital is always important, and
Absolutely.
and our employees are our assets. So from that perspective, is there any specific message you'd like to give out to all the Ducabians out there?
Our employees are our number one asset. This is the history and the past we stand on, and the future we look up to. And it's all people that does that. One of the focus areas of Ducab is actually creating a base that attracts and develops the next generation of people that are going to be involved in the sector, and actually that will become assets both to Ducab, to the UAE, and we need to nurture this talent and grow them to a position where they'll continue this success story in the future. So yes, human capital is very important.
More or less why we feel, and we're always proud to be part of this company, and that's one way or another our environment. I mean, people don't really see what we see inside, but it's a nice sort of like family kind of based environment we have over here. We're all sort of working together towards the same goals, and it's a very nice environment for people to work in. So thank you very much for your support and for putting at least laying that foundation for us to have fun at work. I mean, a lot of people don't know we have fun, but we do.
Yes,
we do.
And that's the beauty of Ducab. You leave home to come home.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. You do. And there's a long way for it as well.
Well, you drive a long way.
You drive a long way as well. Definitely.
Well, with 6 facilities around the UAE, you know, yes, there's a lot of driving involved. Not only that, today the sky is the limit for us.
Definitely.
Either personally or from a technical point of view, or from an expansion point of view also. There is much room for us to grow. We are currently a globally known brand also, and we have our markets that we service. I mean, over the past few years, since in 2019, Ducab had around 20 markets that they used to supply cable to, and metal also. Today, Ducab stands at 55 established markets with local presence of our product, and in some areas local presence physically in Ducab, from Ducab.
Certain
and Ducab
partnerships
team.
available.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We are getting all the support we need from the governments, from the leadership. We are being encouraged in all means to achieve this objective.
We are really very ambitious to sort of be out there where we're here to stay. That's definitely a statement we can always say.
Absolutely.
And we're always happy to make new partners and make a lot of customers satisfied. And as you said correctly, I mean, the countries out there and the government itself are establishing a lot of nice laying for us a lot of nice foundation to sort of have these agreements with a lot of neighboring countries, and we would want to be global, and we are one way or another global. But Ahmed, thank you very much for your time. I know that we've taken a good chunk of it today, and I'd like to thank you once again for being our first guest on this
My
podcast.
pleasure. Thank you, Abdullah, for allowing me this fantastic opportunity, to put out my thoughts a bit and talk about something I'm really proud of. I would like to thank my Ducabians for a wonderful job. It's been tough years since the pandemic started. Keep number one in front of you. Look ahead to it. And always keep that part of your thinking in anything that you do. Focus on the culture that you want. And always evolve the culture that you have. I think these are the words I want to leave.
And I'd like to thank everyone who tuned in, and I really hope that it was a sort of a nice and interesting topic, or basically that you got to have a feel about the fun group we are, as we say. And thank you very much for your time, and hope to see you in the near future with more topics to get people to know more about us and about the group. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.